Okay. Test. Is everything going? Test. Hello? Okay. Everything's going. Okay. So this is Rogers123 here, and this is another live podcast. Make sure you subscribe if you like this. Check out my other videos. I also do gaming. I noticed on my channel so far, podcasts have been super popular out of everything, but if you want to check out more podcasts, you can. I actually connected through my cards or like little tabs that come up. If you see this later, it'll come up at the top right corner. Press on that if you want to see other podcasts or videos I do. And then what were we going to... So today, let me just get to this. We're going over the last video that we stopped that IG or GameSpot uploaded, and then we're going to go over some more Remnant stuff, and then we're going to do some Burke Black, and then also, I was also going to talk about if it's worth... Here, just like, let me test sound quickly. Yep, holy crap, that's loud. Where I'm also going to talk about, is it worth buying this game, and like an official kind of like actual podcast on it. So throughout the podcast, as I go over more gameplay that has been released, I'm going to do that. And then someone commented on my last podcast, there's absolutely no reason to watch this. One of my subscribers got kind of angry about whatever. And then I think I just got a new subscriber. I'm at 57 now, but that's cool, whoever subscribed. And then, what was I going to say? So, that person commented, and yeah, last podcast, I wasn't really going over anything new, in a way. I was more clarifying and finishing off the features that, well, what's in the thumbnail and stuff, too, that you guys missed from the last podcast, or whoever's seen the last podcast, if they were seeing this podcast, or, I mean, like, the last podcast after that, not this one. But now, we're going to go over some new stuff. We're going to finish off what we were watching last time, and then today, probably later, after this podcast, I might do, I might go over, I don't know, let me think. I might do some, Battlefront, maybe? I'm not gonna live stream that anymore until my equipment comes, because issues with, you know, the way YouTube works with PlayStation. That's why capture cards is gonna be better that way, and, we might do some more PC games when my gaming computer comes too. So, maybe some special ops content, I don't know, but for sure, Remnant is going to be my focus when it comes out. But yeah, so let's get into what we're going over today. So let's just finish it here. Finish off what we missed last time, and then I'll start talking about if we should buy it or not. I'm just going to intro this, and yeah. So this got released and by GameSpot, and this is new. This wasn't actually on the Remnant from the Ashes channel on YouTube, or like Gunfire Studios, I don't believe. I never checked that, but if it's not on Remnant, then it wouldn't be on Gunfire, you would think. But yeah, GameSpot actually got this gameplay, and they put it on their channel, so here's some interesting news about that. New cutscene stuff. Oh, my computer's getting pretty warm there. This kind of feels like the beginning gameplay. This seems like the beginning gameplay of Remnant. I don't know if it's how it's gonna start. In the story mode, adventure mode isn't. I don't think it'll be released right away. But adventure mode, the whole point of that is so you can play. It's an end game feature. And then, this definitely feels like the beginning. So let's just turn this back up.
Hang in there. You're gonna be okay.
You got company! Move!
So, he actually purposely is supposed to get knocked out, or, well, I thought he died, but no, he just got knocked out.
You're awake. Hi there. Whoa, take it slow. You don't want to start bleeding again, do you? I'm Wallace.
Okay, so it seems like the story is actually kind of like Fallout A2, because you actually get to choose what you want to say, and as well as interact with different people, NPCs, whatever you want to call them, that you come across. But yeah, this seems like the intro, so it's not just constantly fighting and stuff. There's actually like a story to it, it seems. By the way, this is a quick disclaimer. If you guys don't want to see this before the game actually comes out, or if you purchase this game, I would recommend probably not seeing this part and then just skip ahead in the podcast if you're watching this later, because I'll be reading some more content they have on their webpage that we missed, as well as going over a Burke Black live stream that just got released. And yeah, let's see what else is here.
I wanted to see you. Ask the commander if I could. Oh, Commander Ford. She's in charge. Oh, Commander Ford and Mr. Rigler found you outside. They brought you here. But they said Mark wasn't coming back. But never mind. The commander said you should come see her when you woke up. She's in the room down the hall. She'll find a place for you. Everyone's got a place.
By the way, this looks like a developer build still, too. So if you're looking at graphics and stuff, that'll probably be touched off when the game actually gets released and that. So as soon as it's released, I think certain cutscenes and things are going to be improved upon. This is just earlier gameplay as well. I think there's about 7 days now until the game comes out for pre-orders, so 16th. Someone did this like live stream about how Sony is full of shit, but no, it's on console too. It was even in the live stream. It's coming out on the 16th. If you pre-order it, especially with Xbox, Arc, Steam, PC in general, on all those, it's pretty much on every platform that you could get a game on, officially, that is. So I don't know what some people are talking about. I think they're just trying to fear-monger, because people that are wanting to play the game earlier, which you will be able to. I'm even going to post, I'll call, by the way, if you know that I'm going to live stream, I already showed in a past podcast what my actual thumbnail is going to look like when I'm live streaming, as well as the first is going to be like official Remnant live stream, and I'll have my name and everything there, but yeah, let's continue.
Well, well, look who's awake. I figured you for dead. Riggs and I barely pulled you out of that mess. I'm Commander Ford. This is my base, and you, friend, are an unexpected guest. It's my job to know the kind of people I bring into Ward 13. We haven't seen a living soul on that shore for weeks. You will tell me why you were really out there, or we'll let the root have you. No one has been in that tower in a very long time, but you've got no chance of getting there in this storm. Truth is, the ward has been cut off. We had to block the gates after we dragged you in. The root are everywhere. But now that you're here, I have an idea. I'll tell you what.
I noticed some of the mouth animations are kind of garbage right now. But obviously it's a developer build, so when I live stream it, it'll probably be a lot better. Even then, it still is a budgeted game, so I don't really care about that, as long as like the main gameplay itself is very interesting, which it is, and already it looks like a finished game. It is so good, so it's just amazing how much work they've already done in the amount of short time that they have, and still they're doing touch-ups before it comes out as a VIP access on the 16th if you pre-ordered it. If not, the official game date is the 20th, so that's pretty interesting. Let's continue.
You want to leave? You'll have to do something for us first.
So, unless she's gonna probably use you guys for something. Let's see. Grizzly, yeah, Storm Reactor. Let's speed this up. This is gonna get boring.
Scaring me up. What? Where the hell did you come from?
I just gotta point something out here. This person's so unaware of her surroundings, she legit didn't notice a dude running down. What is around there? Anyways, yeah, so I just wanna,
You nearly scared the life out of me. No one.
Seems like there's actual, like, commentary here. Oh, this is when you get to select your archetype, it looks like. So it actually shows what the archetype is about. I'll read this out here. The Scrapper specializes in close-range combat and melee damage, armed with devastating shotgun, sturdy repeater pistol, and massive scrap armor. The Scrapper is at best let me just turn this. Oh, there we go. Scrapper is at their best when close to the enemy. Their mod, Hotshot, imbues their ammunition when firing, giving it a chance to set. What? Given a chance to set what? Oh, okay, that's a bit different. I think it like continues on if you select the archetype. The Ex-Cultist, which is a support class, Scrapper's close range, and then the Hunter is far range. I'm playing as the Scrapper by far. When you see my live streams, I have no clue what my brother's going to play as, but whatever. And then the Ex-Cultist specializes in mid-range combat and support, armed with the powerful Coach Gun. Okay, sturdy repeater pistol and deadly scrap hatchet. The Ex-Cultist controls their mid-range with excellent burst damage. Their mod, Mender's Aura, casts an area effect heal that gradually restores health I bet you hot shot just like does fire damage or something. And then the hunter specializes in the long range combat armed with an ultra precise hunting rifle, sturdy repeater pistol, and versatile scrap sword. The hunter excels at taking out targets before they get close to their mod hunter's marks enemies, allowing the hunter and their teammates to see targets through walls. It also increases critical hit chance against marked targets. So we already seen that before, so that's quite interesting. These two, I know sentences at the end or paragraphs that they write here didn't finish correctly, so I wonder if that's also in developer build and they'll fix that later. I don't know how that's going to work. The hunter actually had his finish there. That's kind of weird.
There. That should improve our odds. Get up there and start the reactor.
So that's I guess where you get to get your gear and stuff, and when you actually get to pick your class. And with that, you get all the starter weapons, and with that archetype, the armor and stuff. And I think it just shows you everything at the bottom there. And more of these computers. Initialize reactor, vault logs.
Get up there and start the reactor.
Vault ID. So it seems like all the vault logs were corrupted or something. It's yeah. So they took a bit of Fallout there. That's actually kind of cool how they did that. That's actually quite interesting how you're actually going to learn about the story through not just radio messages or incoming calls or like just talking to people, but as well as through computers and actually tapes that have been recorded, or even like logs that are left for you to discover through different secret areas. Apparently, I heard that through another live stream. Let's continue here. Okay. I noticed some characters will actually repeat what they've just said. Like she said, "We ain't done yet" twice. So I think they're also working on to fix that. I'm hoping. That's a bit annoying, but other than that, like the combat that we just seen there, that was beautiful. I know they really heavily worked on the combat. It's just gunfire and stuff. I'm just gonna talk while he plays here. Yeah, and you can also jump over every obstacle that comes your way. So yeah, as you play, it actually shows you how to play and to do different things. So obviously the NPCs, no matter what difficulty you're on, it seems like it's quite, unless they're playing on easy. The live stream that we finished off before and seen in the last podcast, he said he was playing on normal. And then in the last podcast, he actually told the difficulty. If you didn't see that one before, go check that out. And then I also talked about difficulties. I'll just say it again because why not? This is a new podcast. Pretty much there's a game mode that has impossible. Oh, wait, pause there. Trade points as well. Those are how you upgrade, I believe, your character. Is they give you more perks and stuff to do cool shit. And it upgrades your movement abilities, your damage output, certain criticals, all that stuff. We'll be going over that as we play through the game. Bro, I cannot wait. It literally comes this next week. And the only issue is I won't have my new gear yet then, because I actually found when it's coming. And it's not for a little bit still, so I'll release the official date when my new gear comes. Anyways, difficulties. So yeah, there's like an impossible setting. I still don't know if it has permadeath or not in the game. And then there's hard, and then normal and easy. It's not just based off, well, it is based off of how skillful you are. But at the same time,
Did it. Saved your ass, too.
Okay.
Don't feel bad. We're live in the...
Okay, let's get back to that. That's lame. You guys can see that for when I'm doing my thing. I don't think. What else do they show after this? That's.
Sure is good to have some light around here.
Oh yeah, and then another cellar, literally. Okay. So it seems like you help a lot around Ward 13. Let's just see here. So Rom, Hound, Berserker, Shaman, and Impaler. So yeah, we actually haven't talked about in Rom, the actual dudes here. So there's the dog, all that crap. Okay, so the mutated burial tribesmen inhabit an irradiated desert of Rom. The tribesmen have grown to reveal that Arkham had to despise Elizan and Besha priesthood. I'm not good at pronouncing these random names. So Hound, here's a normal name. Jesus. Hound is a misnomer, but it's what the burial? I'll just call it burial, even though it doesn't even say that. Was the bury called but for basic form, what I like to call stick hounds are biological unlike any creature on Earth. They are fast and vicious predators of the wasteland deserts. Their stench provides a good warning sign that pack is approaching, but only if you are lucky enough to be downwind. Oh shit, that sounds pretty deadly. Wasteland hounds are vast, vicious predators, most often found in packs, wandering the open desert or bowels of the buried city. They sometimes accompany Bury as guards and companions after charging their prey. As Bury closes in, the preferred methods of attack is to jump and bite their targets. So I think we've seen those two before. And then the Berserker is a heavy type of thing, so more like these hounds they move out more. And by the way, these dead type of things are all in the desert itself, so sounds like they would actually fight those guys in the temple that we went over in another live stream before. Near as I can tell, Bury Berserkers are insane. They ignore all attempts at the communication attacking on sight. Instead, the massive bone synths on their arms appear to have been surgically attached. Disfiguration they perform on themselves as part of their brutal ritual. It's messed up, man. I heard that it was an honor to disfigure themselves in that way. If Bury are to be believed, they invade the question when I asked how Berserkers were able to attach the second synth. Yeah, wait a sec. There's synth. Synth? Oh my god, I can't. How would they attach the second one? That's the weirdest thing. Berserkers are some of the strongest and toughest Bury warriors. You will find their synth-like arms deal tremendous damage at close range. Yeah, I've seen that in gameplay. If you guys probably seen that before too, in that other live stream we did about multiplayer and stuff. And then Bury have a strict caste system, defining roles and responsibilities with their tribes. One caste, the Shaman, have embedded radioactive crystals in their faces, oh my god, either as a sign of power or as a means of protecting their tribe. The Shaman are dangerous and unpredictable, able to irradiate others with a glance, even casting them to explode on death. I have been unable to find their source of crystals or witness the ritual where they are embedded into flesh. Shaman are often found patrolling the desert waste alone or in pairs with either slingers or berserkers. They emit a powerful beam of radioactive energy from the crystal embedded in their skulls. So this is the Impaler. We've seen these guys before too. They throw like spears and stuff. At first I thought Impalers were one of the many different types of Bury found in the wasteland were human, but their physiology is greatly mangled and their intelligence is generally closer to that of a okay. Their ancestors might have been human once, but that suggests that they have been in contact before between Earth and other worlds. I rather assume that the Impalers were always this way, otherwise we have always been wrong about everything. Impalers can hurl their massive spears a great distance. The attack is so powerful that it will surely stagger you when it hits. So we actually seen, that reminds me, someone actually get knocked over on their ass due to one of those things. So luckily, their spears fly through the air relatively slow, so it is easy to perform a well-timed dodge to evade it. That is, as long as you were aware it's coming. So, as long as you're aware it's coming, what else is there? Okay, so next part. So that's different about Rome. And then, oh yeah. Let's go talk about the route. We already talked about courses in another live podcast. Go check that out if you haven't. Oh my word! Wow, this is pretty interesting. Wait, we haven't gone over the Yisha. Did they actually release something? Okay, so I don't know if they actually have a thing on them. Well, here's the other thing about Rome. Might as well just go over this because last time we didn't really go over it. So the lurker, the undying halls are crowded with the distinct clanking and clattering sounds of the lurkers. They assault natives only when provoked, but they will kill intruders with impunity. They're fast, unpredictable, and not to be underestimated in large groups. So fast and agile, lurkers are often found in large hunting packs. They can quickly overwhelm their victims with a flurry of claw attacks. Lurkers aren't very tough, but they more than make up that shortcoming by sheer numbers. Okay. Yeah, we definitely did talk about this before. Gas explode, with radiation. The anointed, these guys are a bit different. The one they call the Undying King surrounds himself with a loyal cadre of these soldiers, as much flesh as machines. These anonymous constructs patrol the halls of the Citadel, or form the vanguard of raiding parties. They scour the wasteland. Immensely strong and tough, and armed with powerful staves. Oh my god. I need to get a drink of water. This always happens. Tough and armed with powerful staves that fire bolts of energy, they are a force to be reckoned with. They are not a force, well, they aren't really, and some of the most feared shock troops in Rom. The Anointed are incredibly resilient, but they are fairly slow. They can use their weapons to deliver a devastating meal attack, and have known to charge their victims from time to time. However, they prefer to shoot bolts of energy from their staves, resorting to meal only when hard pressed. So they will actually, I've never seen them do that before. And then these guys are really weirdly looking. The Strider, it's pointless to apply Earth's scientific bias to creatures of the wasteland. The Akari have somehow evolved to support armed carapaces, biochemical weapons, and pre-nature senses augmented by arcane technology. Without a doubt, this helps them survive the treacherous wastes. But exactly how was this evolution spurred on? How did nature, if that word has any meaning here, create this kind of abomination, and to what end? Okay. Yeah, we already went over this. There's nothing new here. I think we'll just start playing Brickbank's live stream here. It's like 16-ish minutes, and then we'll go on and talk a little bit about more if you should buy it or not. I just wanted to go over that. Actually, you know what? Let's just we have the release date up. Well, that's the official, but we talked about VIP things too and all that. What am I to say? Well, if you, oh my god. If you were to buy this game, I recommend buying it in all, because like if you want to put the time into something new as well, and you want to put the time into a different type of game that has variation in third person aspects, it's not first person. So, for example, I played Battlefront 2 and I played other third person games before that, like Battlefield 1 or Battlefront 1, and then the originals when I was younger, and then as well as I played RTS games, things like that. I obviously play first person games too because I play Call of Duty and that. But in all, if I'm talking from a third person game perspective, I would, in general, if I haven't purchased it yet, I would get on that so I could get early access. And the dude did say in his live stream, So Fetched, I think his actual name is for podcasts and such, whatever else he does, and his company that he works for. But he did say that all the gear and collectibles and story that you have progressed in the VIP early access stage is going to carry over to the official release date on the 20th, so it doesn't reset. You actually get to keep your stuff. I'm hoping that is true, but by far from him, he's the only one that have said that. I believe since he is a community manager, he would know this stuff, so I'm going to believe him on this, and I'm going to say, yeah, your stuff will be carried over. What's another thing? So, yeah, I've definitely, it's not AAA, so it isn't like $180 like Jedi Fallen Order is going to be. But at the same time, it's not going to be expensive as Borderlands 3 either, where it's like $120 just to get like the best edition. And then even that, there's a collector's edition that's probably like $200, most likely. And that by itself, that you would think that's a good game if they're going to sell for that stuff. And the things you get with it, especially the collector's edition. With this game, there's only one version. I believe what they're going to do is they're going to add DLCs and different content later. There won't be microtransactions as in the form of like materials and buying materials and armor and stuff. Guarantee you they're not going to release that. But I do know for sure they're going to release new content that is free, as well as I believe they're going to make paid for content. Like if it gets enough support on the game, they're probably going to release a season pass and stuff. So if you do want this game, make sure you're supporting it and pre-ordering it now, so then later, if you are one of those people that do want more content, then they'll see this as an opportunity to add and put more content in. Even if they don't make their mark, they're still going to support the game, but hopefully it doesn't turn into what Battlefront 2 turned into, and it was going to be such a good game, but then EA, what they did is they took all their power and people onto something totally different and left Battlefront 2 in the dust. And now it's just kind of getting updates after months, not after weeks of, complaints from glitches and stuff. Like, just to get Emperor Palpatine and certain heroes back in the game, it took them, I think, 4 months. Which is totally ridiculous because what they did is they just stopped working on the game totally. Because nothing takes that long just to, like, edit difficulty of a character or like certain stats of a character. That takes like 5 seconds. I've seen it done it. I've seen different developers do that and complete it like just like that. It doesn't take that long to edit thing. Once you got your base game, and that's what Remnant's doing now, they're changing stats. Some things sometimes they'll come over glitches and complications that do take longer, but at the same time, when it's just something that isn't glitched out and something that it isn't T-posing or having that issue, and it's just a matter about stats. It's quite easy to change them when you know how they work your software. It just seems like EA's people don't know how to function properly. Same with Ubisoft. Ubisoft has that problem. So I have no clue how Ghost Recon Breaking Point is going to work. But I've never heard, to be honest, no bias I'm involved, I never heard anything about Gunfire Studios. People that made Borderlands as well, I believe, are a pretty good studio as well and company. I still have no clue if I'm going to get Borderlands. I know Respawn Entertainment that has made Titanfall and such is making Jedi Fallen Order, so I'm definitely going to purchase that because they are making it, not because of EA. But that's it. So I'm just gonna start this, and I'm gonna go get some water because I can like barely speak here. I know that always happens. So sorry for butchering some words there. That's the saliva in my mouth, man. Gotta get used to it during these podcasts. All right.
Arc, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
Chat.
They
F's,
got
F's
you,
in the
yes!
chat. F's. We got F's.
Yeah, they got you. Okay, introduce yourself.
My name's Arcanon. I'm a mixer broadcaster.
I haven't seen this part yet. Who the hell? The Eastern Wind. This is like downtown LA.
Yeah, right.
After the big one.
Maybe like 5 years from now, or 5 days.
Yeah.
I just I want to get the biggest boss in the game.
Hi, there. Oh, what the shit?
We got company!
All right, hold on. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Holy! The sun's sticking out of me. Oh!
Reloading!
The sun's sticking out of my eye. We're like Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura.
Put this on pause for a sec. It's a good thing they're going over ROM because we just read a few things about these guys. So now you'll know more about what they do.
So this game's definitely up to difficulty in co-op. Huh?
We're not out of the woods yet.
No, not even close.
Cover me!
This guy's got 1,000,000 HP in case you're wondering.
I like how you're like right on his ass, and he's focused on me instead. Oh yeah, man, watch out for that.
Another thing is, whenever there's the heavy, to actually focus on the heavy, you can't be focusing on them when there's spears getting thrown at you from the background and staggering you, and then for the heavy to do combo on your ass and wombo you, you know, that's not gonna go well if you get womboed. So then pretty much, you know, you need to take out the lighter guys, then go for the bigger guy after. Unless you actually, by this point, they're just using the basic stuff because they're playing a developer build that's quite old. I believe since you'll probably be a higher level by then. I don't know how that's gonna work, but when we do our playthrough, I believe it goes Earth. What is it called again? That jungle place with the pan, Geisha or something. I don't know what's called. And then Rom, and then the swamp biome, which the actual official information still has not been released on the swamp biome. So hopefully they update that on the website soon. And another podcast that we'll do in the future, for sure, we'll go over that. And let's continue here.
You gotta break the helmet and then they go down easy.
Oh, break the helmet, okay.
Everyone okay? Cover me!
So that is the
These guys
shaman
are weird looking.
with a stone in his face with
Doesn't that look
no
like the
eyes.
entrance to a boss room?
Yeah, I'm ready to go when you are, man.
I don't think that's a boss room though. What the hell was that? What?
What I'd like to know is how we can get additional meds.
Hey man.
Before the boss.
Wait. Is this like a puzzle?
It might be. Let me step on this one.
This is a puzzle.
What's this shining thing?
Oh shit!
All you got? Cover me!
So this is that kind of area where you do step on the tiles. More harder NPCs or AI, whatever you want to call them, will actually spawn and try and kill you. But I wonder if there is a puzzle to it, and if you mess up on the puzzle, they spawn like the creatures as in a way to tell you, yeah, you messed up. And at some point, players actually realize, first of all, oh, these tiles are making this happen, and second of all, maybe someone will figure out the puzzle. I have no clue how you're supposed to figure that out. Maybe there's information onwards, or someone in the future is going to spend so much time on it, they're just going to upload it on YouTube how to do it, and then everybody's going to upload their own versions on it, and blah blah blah. I don't know how that's going to work. I definitely want to figure out that myself, if there's other information and notes or stuff that you can't find in the world.
Alright, no, wait, hold on. There's a puzzle
I don't
here.
know what this puzzle is. I don't think maybe we solved
This
it.
is look, it's gonna be embarrassing. We got people watching. They're gonna be like, these two guys are too stupid to do a puzzle.
I'm gonna do as many puzzles as it takes.
No,
Okay.
we got. Okay, so like obviously, let's see, we got like 3, 4 rooms here, and
Yeah.
they mean things. So
Burke is actually clueless. Like his description of
I know there were puzzle elements. I kind of like this.
those relic type shapes, they're like, they mean something.
I don't know if it's a path because like different ones, like even that aren't
easy.
we can world
sequential.
first this. We can world first it. We'd be the first people.
Let's world first this boss.
Oh,
Absolutely,
Jesus.
I'm into it.
That
I'm
sucks.
sorry for you
That's the
guys'
only one
ears.
that's-
The only
listening
direction
to
we
the
haven't tried is
podcast
this
and
one,
listening to-
right?
Alright, try that.
Well, no, you've got to be on this one, right?
Yeah, let me
I don't
just
think so.
turn this down a bit. Holy crap, we're gonna do some commentary over them.
We found this.
Big money.
We did it. This is
It is a path.
human beings working together, solving a problem.
So, okay, so I'm thinking you have to also do this in a certain amount of time because, as you can see, it just reset there.
Great minds solving great problems.
So what you do is you follow a path probably, and if you mess up, the tiles go up, or if you don't do it in time, the tiles go up and spawn more guys.
No, okay, we're good. Oh, you're good. You're
Whoa!
good.
Just keep going. Jeez, he's like. See, it reset because they picked the wrong thing. So I believe that's how you just gotta trial and error this one if you're trying to figure out this puzzle.
Good.
We're almost there. We got this.
Maybe actually try. Maybe you'll need 4 players or 3 players to actually solve this puzzle. Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not. No, maybe not because he went.
Dealer's choice.
I'll remember this.
Left to right. Chat.
Actually,
Left to right. Chat.
Shit.
I usually always remember patterns. Jesus, wait, what's the relic at the bottom there?
I'm not reading
It's
you
like kind of
ever
like
again.
a teardrop type of thing.
No. He went the wrong way.
No, yeah. How do you forget that, man? You gotta like zigzag.
No.
Make like a Z.
Oh, you're right. Left.
Jeez, oh, whoa. So it's a zigzag, then a square, then one.
No. Here we go. Look at this. Unprecedented. Look at me go.
Believe it.
I'm gonna go this way now.
What the shit? How much do you have to remember?
Oh my god. Yeah, I know, man.
I can remember. Okay, so he went up, and then up again, and then to the side, and then that way, and then down, and then yeah.
Over, and then... Okay.
Yeah, it's just trial and error.
Oh,
Objective
taking
success.
the SAT. Oh, wait. Oh, we got it.
He actually did it.
Perfect 1400s on the SAT. World first 1400 SAT.
Bruh. Okay, I'll remember that pattern through my playthrough, unless it's actually randomized. I'll try the same thing,
Dude, now
And
I've
see.
solved that puzzle. I feel like I can do anything, man.
and then we'll go over that. If it is different, that'd be different.
We are our great design
Quite
was
surprising.
over
Is this the-
2 streamers.
Was that the end of the game? Are we first playthrough completed?
Yes, right, man.
They didn't expect 2 streamers would be able to put their
Oh,
heads
and then you
together
can actually buy gear for doing that. So there are secret chambers like this, and you can unlock new stuff. That's pretty cool.
finish the game in 30
This
minutes.
is a crafting place. Yeah, I just got, like, I think it's light armor for... Let's see what it does.
It's light. Mine's
The
light.
Oh my
opportunist.
gosh.
That mask is kind of.
What's your character's
I don't
name?
know.
Bob. I mean, if I...
Myers.
Watch out! We got a big boy!
And then continue on. Different. So yeah, there are, as you guys seen there are actually secret areas that you can open either by doing that or actually going through secret walls, just like in Dark Souls has. And obviously, you might be like, that's copying Dark Souls though. Now, if we want to go way back in history, Dark Souls was not the first person to think of that idea in any shape or form. Unless you actually have proof, put it in the comments and put a link to actual proof of that, whoever was the first of it. And I'll add that in my next podcast. But
I'm on the screen. The only option I have is kill self. Yeah, I'm gonna press it.
I got you. I'm
Not gonna press the save button.
yeah, I would definitely recommending, if you have a second friend just like this guy does, buying this game. I would not play this alone. I feel like this is a game meant for co-op sessions for up to 2 to 3 players. Because it's just such an amazing game in that way. It's not forcing you to like Destiny, like when you're like, you need 8 players in Destiny. Oh, he's dead. So when your friend, when your friend dies like that, then the only way to actually spawn him back in is you got to get to a checkpoint. Or if there's people like, he's spectating Berg Black now, and then when people are spectating as well, or just randomly join your session, which that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe, probably not for a while. I'm probably just gonna have my brother come in unless I know another person, by friend or whatever. Or if someone wants to join my community, just go down to Remnant from the Ashes and join the Silverfish community there, and then I'll know if you want to actually join my actual group with my brother and I, or whoever, whatever. It's just another opportunity to whoever else is missing out on teammates. You can join us because we got 1 extra spot since it does cap at 3 players. I believe I said that before. But yeah, so that's another point to put in. And he traded there. I would not do that. I would have dodged then hit. But he is a heavy class, so he didn't take that much damage. But
I'm there. I'm just watching you. I don't even know if there's a way for me to come back.
I'm gonna check.
Maybe the checkpoint or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna see the checkpoint.
yeah, so see, spawn friends back, and he actually spawns back how he died originally. So he got knocked over there. If you've seen that, yeah. So that's how you get your friends back in. And they are playing the same archetype, being the scrapper, obviously.
Afterlife. Now I'm ready to frag out.
Now we gotta kill all that shit that we can.
Oh yeah, and whenever that happens, all those enemies spawn back in.
Yeah, I don't think we have to go back down there. Oh, you gotta.
So at the same time, I recommend being more careful. First of all, they don't have a lot of good teamwork here. His friend shot him in the back. Yeah, he activated hotshot. He's bleeding, but he has no bandages, so that's not good. And over time, the bleeding increases, doing more damage output to you over time. You know, killing you in the end if you don't get to a safe area or a bandage in time. And obviously, like, that big guy totally screwed him over. I have no clue how it's going to take for me to get adjusted to this game, but I did play Monster Hunter World before, and that was a fun game, just like this, with different points. I played with one of my friends on that. My brother hated that game, actually. I thought it was pretty fun, but then at some point I got bored of doing the same thing over and over again. Well, this game doesn't have that same feeling, you know what I mean? There's always new enemies. It's not like a dinosaur all the time. There's actually like multiple new things. There's not just constantly zombies or something. No, there's actually shaman. There's giant ass boogie monster type people. There's freaking elves in this game, and then there's dogs and shit, man. Like this is one of those games that won't get boring, and hopefully they continue adding more content, new realms, maybe even as DLC content, so they make more money, as well as the players get more content, and spread more of that. But we'll definitely be playing other games that come out in the future. But I don't think I would. Oh wow, that's actual a dude with a gun. He just shot himself, as you've seen there. So yeah, there's actually NPCs that have legit guns. So that is. There's always something new in every area. Holy. So there's actually gunfights in this too. This is like, oh my god. Birch finally. You can't ever miss your loot, man. Remember when one of the Dying Light directors is like, more loot the better. There'll be loot. Go get that loot. What the heck was that? The guy didn't even notice him running up to him. Those dogs are probably gonna piss me off so much when I play this game. What else is there? Oh yeah, so there's also comments from your own characters. Say if you get a friend with no mic, he'll actually not just hear you, but also your character when you're saying, I'm reloading and stuff. Oh, wow. So that's another heavy, there's always new heavy classes in every area, as well as there's also new bosses and stuff too. But definitely through your first or second or even third playthrough through the story or adventure mode, you will not see all bosses or mini bosses. Like that guy was a mini boss that you come across. Being there's over 20 bosses. Almost done here. We'll definitely end the podcast after this finishes.
I see a light. Should I go to it? I see a light. I'm gonna go to the light. I got you.
Oh my god, he like ate his mics. I'm glad the volume's down because he probably would have actually consumed his mic that time. They're like, I think I've done that quite a few times, especially with my headset mic. I like using my Blue Yeti more. It is a lot clearer. I look at that in my podcast and I can tell it's a lot clearer. It's just with my PS4, it picks up so much. But yeah, I don't know. Let's continue. I'm gonna leave for a sec, so if anything happens, I'm very sorry.
Holy crap! Reloading! Watch my back!
I don't have any help. I'm in a tough situation. Alright, this is all you.
I got you. It's gonna be easy. Sir? What the shit? Why? Okay, I got a plan.
Are we both down? No, we're good, we're good. Hey, you can't see if you don't move. Oh, shit.
I got a plan. I got you. Oh, I'm dead. You're not even gonna get a chance to resurrect me. Come on, man.
So he does die here. I'm gonna end it here because it's just showing the same thing over again. But yeah, for sure when we do when we do the other podcast. Oh, don't tell me I didn't swap it over. Bruh. No way. I am a special baby if I didn't swap it over. Don't tell me I didn't swap it over, man. That's like 16 minutes of just me talking. I'm still gonna have this podcast go. Well, at least you seen some. You heard me talk, but yeah, definitely. Oh wow. God damn. No. Oh, I'm so sorry. Whatever. I'll make it up to you guys by doing another podcast today later. It wasn't that interesting anyways, the content. Wow. I didn't even mean to do that. I forgot to switch it over. Well, it's a podcast. Sometimes you're not supposed to see content anyways. You're just supposed to listen to my voice. But definitely I would purchase a game if you're into fast-paced shooters that are challenging. But yeah, I think we're gonna end it here. I'm kind of sorry I didn't show that, but whatever. In all, I'll probably be doing some sort of gaming today too. I'll see you guys in the next podcast video. Whatever. See you later. Subscribe.